welcome back, Divine Essence Tarot. So today we're doing something a little bit different. Guess what? Guess what time it is? It's about 7 in the morning. So today we're doing a morning sesh. All right, we're going to take a look at, this is collective for any sign. If it resonates, absolutely. If it doesn't, let it be for someone else. This is general. So if you need a private reading, if you need a more personal reading, you know how to do that. You can reach me. My information is in the description box. But anyone new that's just visiting the channel, welcome. Returning people, welcome back. Subscribers, I appreciate you. Don't forget to like if anything resonates. Share, comment. But today we're doing a morning session. Can you guys believe it? Usually I do these readings at night after work when I come home. But today I'm working from home and I happen to be up early because when you wake up early, naturally, you're just up, right? Even on your days off. And I'm not really off today. I'm just going to be working from home. But I wanted to do this early just so that we get this already out of the way. And I have this ready for you guys. So today we're going to take a look at who has you on their mind. Who's thinking of you, collective. Okay. And let's see. Let's dig right in. Spirit guides, angels, divine ancestors. Please shine the light on what my collective needs to see. Who is thinking of my collective right now? Who's thinking of them? Who's thinking of them? The Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. So it could be someone who has air in their chart. They could have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And we're going to dig a little more. I'm going to give you more. Just let me take a look. Spirit, tell me more about the Queen of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune, reversed. Okay. And, okay. So, just based off of what I see, the Queen of Swords is someone who is highly intelligent, someone who's very fair-minded. This is somebody who, and this is how you would know who it is, someone that can be icy, can be cold, you know, if you deal with them in the wrong manner. You see how she has that sword in her hand. But she's very wise. And when I say she, it could be he as well. This person is very intelligent, very wise beyond their years, and very knowledgeable about the world and about life because they've been through a lot. They've been through a lot. Someone who's spiritual. Okay, this person delves into, you know, spirituality, and they may get readings. They may be a reader themselves. They, you know, could work with crystals or magic or what have you, but they're very spiritual and they've been through a lot because as you can see in the background, you see those mountains? This person has been through ups and downs in life, and it made them very, very wise to where they, you know, they don't make the same mistakes twice. This is who we're dealing with. This is somebody who listens, you know, has no problem listening, hearing people out, but they deal more so with their intellect than their emotions. Okay? This is not somebody who leans on their emotions to make decisions. No, they're more logical when it comes to decision making, and even with love, they may come off cold, even though they're not cold-hearted, but they could come off cold because they're an air sign. I'm an air sign, and some people just say that I'm cold, you know, but it's not that. It's just that I'm more logical than emotional. Okay, yeah, this is who we're dealing with here. Now, being that the Wheel of Fortune came reversed, this could be someone who you were with in the past and it didn't work out. It didn't work out. Also, it could be that this is somebody who, when the connection ended, there was no closure. No closure on it. It just ended abruptly. And so y'all's relationship was left open-ended. Okay. The cycle didn't completely close. The door wasn't completely shut because you guys didn't shut that door all the way. Okay. But this, I'm getting that is somebody that you dealt with in the past. Okay. What happened in this relationship with the collective and this person? What happened in the past? 9 of Wands. Somebody was, this was a relationship where it was a lot of burdens. And I feel like the burden was more so on you, collective. You felt like this person had a wall up. You see how all of these wands here, it looks like a shield. It looks like a barrier, right, for this person. And then this person is carrying this one wand in their hand. Usually, you know, in most decks, in most tarot decks, the 9 of Wands is the wounded warrior. So this is somebody who's been through something, you know, in a relationship, been through a lot of hard times, a lot of obstacles being raised in the relationship, a lot of blockages, but yet they still have that wand in their hand. So still willing to fight for the relationship. And I feel like you were willing to do that for this person because you cared about them. You cared about them. You loved them. There was a passion between you two. There was a love. There was a fire that you felt, and you wanted to keep the flame going, right? But there were just so many obstacles, not one or two. It was like you guys were always getting into it. That's what I feel. I feel that there was always something. At every turn, there was some type of argument or some type of misunderstanding or some kind of hurdle you had to jump over. But you were willing to fight for this person. However, your intuition, you see how there's a crystal on the end of her wand that she's holding. On all the wands, but hers is kind of lit up. These other ones are not too lit, but this one is. And so I feel like your intuition told you, you know what? Even though you care about this person and you're willing to work through it, it's best that you walk away. And you listened to your intuition. You listened to that voice that told you this is not it. And so what happened, Spirit? Tell me more about the 9 of Wands. Yeah, the Chariot reversed. Okay, let me show you in the upright how it looks. In the upright, this is how it looks. What happened was you decided not to move forward with this person. Chariot came reversed. So that means that the movement towards this person stopped. You put a pause on that. You decided to not move forward and to not, you know, to not indulge with this person anymore. I feel like you put a stop to the movement. You could have walked away, meaning you could have closed the door on this person without telling them that you were closing the door. You could have just stopped talking to them, for example, or, you know, stop calling them, stop giving them energy. The Chariot reversed means, because the Chariot in the upright is usually fast movement, you know, knowing what you want, going right after it, you know, and being that it came reversed, it just shows that you, because of all the obstacles and because your intuition was telling you this person is too much drama, you put a stop to it. You stopped. I'm getting that you stopped giving energy to this person. That's what it was. You know, you didn't check for them no more. And so it just fizzled out. It just fizzled out. Okay. All right. So this is the person that's thinking about you. The person that relationship was left open-ended. Okay. And how does this person feel about my collective? How do they feel? Look, they want to work with you with this 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles is about cooperation. You see how these characters here, they're working on a rug or a tapestry, and they all have a job, right? And they're making sure that they all do their job so that it comes together perfectly. So this person definitely wants to collaborate with you. They want to cooperate now. They want to do whatever it takes to make things work with you at this time. This is what they want. They want to be with you. They want to give it another chance. And this time they want to do it right. Because I feel like before they weren't willing to play their part. That's what happened. The person that's thinking about you, collective, in the past, they didn't give the energy that you gave. I feel like you were the only one working on this. And they were just receiving and being in their feminine energy because they were taking. They weren't giving. And you were playing, your role was overplayed, put it that way. And you were just doing too much. You were willing to fight for it, but they weren't. And that's where the issue came in. And now they want to do that. They want to pick up the pieces and they want to put in the energy that it takes where they didn't before. Okay. All right. Okay. What energy did my collective come in? Because I'm seeing that they came in as the Queen of Swords, but I don't see your energy here. So that just, again, reiterates the fact that you pulled your energy so far back from this person that you're not even showing up on this table in this reading. Your energy is not even here. They're showing me the story, right? The storyline, and this person is popping out, but I don't see you. That means that you completely shut off. You shut down on this person. Y'all know I had to get my morning coffee in. Okay. I don't do caffeine, so it's decaf. Don't laugh at me. I like the taste of coffee. I can't do the caffeine. I don't drink soda, with caffeine. I don't drink anything with caffeine. If I drink soda, it's like caffeine free, like Sprite every now and then, but I'm more of a ginger ale, when I need a kick, when I need a boost. Yeah. But I got my coffee here. Spirit, what energy was my collective in? Let's see if you'll come out. Your energy will come out. Yeah. The Seven of Wands. Somebody could have fire in their chart in this connection, either you or your person. So somebody could be either Leo, Aries, or Sag. Okay. All right. You know what I'm starting to think? Tell me one more. Give me one more, Spirit, on this Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, then Ten of Swords reversed. You know what? I feel like that now that I'm looking, I just feel like this could be either you or your person's energy, collective. Now that I'm looking, could be you, because you did show up in this relationship, and the other person didn't, right? So let me just go back on that, because now that I'm really looking at it and it's spread out on this table, I can see it better, much better. This is you. You came out as being fair and willing, to listen and willing to work with people and willing to give people a chance. This is your energy. Your person, however, is not coming out. And I feel like they're the ones that could have the fire in their chart. But they're not showing up here because they didn't show up in the relationship. Now, and this is you. This is you. You had to be defensive with this person because they came at you a lot. You see how with these wands, all these wands are facing this character, and this character looks like they're in a defensive stance, fighting off these, looks like people trying to attack her, or, attacks. And that's exactly what the Seven of Wands is about. It's about being attacked. It's about, having all of these obstacles and things coming at you at once. And I feel like in this relationship, you dealt with someone who knowingly and unknowingly attacked you. Even though they were supposed to be your partner, they treated you as if you were a op, and that they had to go against you. And so you were always having to have your defenses up, have your walls up. You tiptoed around this person. Okay. You tiptoed around them. I can see that it was times where you didn't know what to say because you didn't want to like trigger them. You didn't know what to do at times. So you would shut down. You would be quiet instead of, I feel like you had to pick your battles when it came to this person because they were like a loose cannon. So any little thing, like if you gave into or you fed into their nonsense, and they tried to upset you a lot by saying little things, little side remarks, and they tried to get you to be argumentative, and that's not who you are. You're very peaceful, actually. This is you. So I had it all wrong in the beginning. When I really looked, I realized that this is your energy. You're someone who's peaceful. You don't, when it comes to the Queen of Swords, she don't really like to go back and forth. She doesn't mind a good debate. Okay, he or she doesn't mind a good debate, but to sit there and argue and do it every day, and it's like a something that's, it's a game, you know, it's a sport. No, you don't have time for that. And this person brought a lot of negativity into the relationship with this. I just heard they picked at you. They picked on you. They were a bully. And so you had to always keep your guards up and be ready to fight and argue. And so what happened, with this Ten of Swords, you wound up having to, first of all, this person did something that really took the cake. That was what do you call that? They did something that was the straw that broke the camel's back, put it that way. And you see how this character, that's you. They did something to devastate the relationship, and it hurt you in such a way that you had to go off and be by yourself for a while and really heal from this because you were extremely hurt. Whatever they did, we're going to see what they did. But you had to heal from this. This came out reversed. So you healed from this person once you got away from them and you stopped giving them your energy. You know, they did something, and we're going to see in a minute, that they took 10 swords and stuck it in your back, and you wound up having to heal yourself. They didn't help you heal. You healed by yourself, meaning you never got an apology from this person. You never got a I'm sorry. You never got any accountability that they did anything wrong. To this day, they still haven't admitted anything. And you wound up having to make yourself better. You took those swords out of your own back. And I feel like even now you're pretty much healed, but you're still finishing up. I say you're about maybe 90%. So you're almost fully healed from this. But this is something that really, and there's 10 swords. So that means that, you know, this person didn't just do one thing. There wasn't just one betrayal or one hurt. It was over time. It was so many things that added up, and you couldn't take it anymore. You know, and I see that it hurt you to the 10 of Swords is an ending as well. So when they did whatever they did, and we about to see, it was like the cherry on top for you because that was what you needed to end the relationship, to walk away from this. And I feel like you didn't want to, just based on what I can see. You were willing to fight for this person. You were being fair with them. So meaning you were being honest and true, because that's who the Queen of Swords is. She's someone who's righteous and she stands up for what's right. And when I say she, I mean he or she, okay? But it just shows how you came into the connection very honest, and this person was not. And also, they weren't willing to put the work in. So they were the total opposite of you. You could have been dealing with somebody who was the total, just opposite of your morality and, you know, who you are as a person. They could have been, you're coming in spiritual. This person, for example, could have been very dark. And maybe they were an atheist, or they just didn't really have a spiritual relationship with the divine or with God. They didn't have a relationship. And so they did whatever they wanted to do. They didn't have morals that they stood by and that they honored in the relationship or in life. So what did this person do to my collective spirit? What did they do? Yeah, justice reversed. Justice reversed is what they did. They did something that was totally unfair. Justice came reversed. And you seen it as something that you just couldn't overlook because you're all about being fair, right? With this Queen of Swords. This is who you are. Aries, Leo, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This is who you are. You're someone who stands up for what's right. You do what's right. You treat people the way you want to be treated. This person didn't treat you the way that you deserve to be. They didn't come in and give you what you knew that you were worth. I want to know more about that, though. Spirit is just giving me that it was unfair, that it wasn't right, it wasn't just. I would love to see exactly what that was. Will y'all show me? Can you show me, Spirit, what that was? What was that they did? They don't want to... The temperance reverse. So it was something that threw the whole relationship off balance. Temperance reverse. This is the temperance in the upright. Okay. This person didn't pour back into you. They didn't get... You see how this character is pouring into a whole nother jug. They were emotionally cut off from you. And while you were giving your emotions and giving your time and giving your energy, they were not. They were takers. I can see that this person was a taker and not a giver. And it just didn't work because you're about balance. You're all about balance and about being on the same page in relationships, working together. This is what you're all about. This person didn't come in giving you what you were giving them. And that's what they want to show me. They don't want to dig any further and show me anymore. But we got the temperance reverse, we got the justice reverse, and we got the 10 of swords. Because they came in and they took from you. I just heard they drained you. They drained your energy. They drained it. They drained it to the point where you couldn't take it anymore. You know, and when you're a giver, because I've been there, I had to learn the hard way myself in relationships, not just, romantic relationships, but just with anyone, with anybody. When you're a giver and you're naturally someone who gives and you like to, give to people and give your energy and be a pillar, be someone that others can lean on. You have to be careful who you give that to, because you link up with the wrong person. That person will drain every bit of that out of you and then keep it moving. In fact, this person, I just heard they took your energy and they gave it to someone else. Wow. They took the energy that you gave them, and instead of giving it back to you how they were supposed to and being fair, they took it and they started dealing with somebody else and they gave it to them. So it's like they took your energy, harvested your energy, and then took that and siphoned it from you and gave it to the next person or people. They didn't give back to you. So then what did you have? Energy should be recycled. Especially when you're in a relationship, that should be something. It should be a give and take, give and take. It can't just be a take. And that's who you were dealing with. Now, what is the advice for my collective? I have my pendulum, guys. You see this? And this is citrine. I don't know if you can see it. This is citrine. This is a pendulum. What happens with my pendulum, I set it so that, this is just for yes or no questions. So I'm going to use it today with you guys. If it's a yes, it'll go counterclockwise. Could go in a circle. Or it could go front and back, front and back. That's yes. Like a head nod, right? Up and down, up and down. If it's a no, then it'll go counterclockwise. It'll go against that clockwise yes, right? It'll go counterclockwise. Or it'll go swing back and forth like you're shaking your head no. Shaking your head no. Up and down yes. Counterclockwise yes. Y'all messed me up. Clockwise is yes, okay? Is yes. Or up and down. Counterclockwise, no. And back and forth, no. Okay. So should my collective be opening the door? Should they open the door for this person when they come in? Should my collective open the door for this person when they come in, Spirit? Should they? Should my collective open the door for this person? Should they open the door? Yes or no? Ah, okay. Guys, I don't know if you can see this. See it? Let me move my arm. Can y'all see that? That's a no. That's going to be a no. And that's not me moving it. My hand is right here. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, so this is a no, that you should not open the door. Thank you, Spirit. You shouldn't open the door. And why shouldn't they open it? What's the reason my collective shouldn't open the door for them? Strength. Because you've outgrown this person, okay? You're too strong to deal with someone who is in this type of energy. You see how this character here is literally walking with a lion, and the lion is just chilling. She's taming that lion. The power that you have obtained from walking away from this person, the strength that you have gotten and built up from being able to remove yourself, even though you cared for this person, you was willing to put the work in, you really had love for them. You would have fought for them. You would have fought for this, for the relationship. But now, because of how they handled you, Spirit is saying, don't open that door back up, because you see this infinity on top of her crown? You have infinite possibilities. Like the possibilities in love and the possibilities in your life are just endless. So you don't have to, I just heard you don't have to settle to be treated, to be possibly treated the same way. Because I feel we're going to see if this person has changed. Okay, but just based on the cards, 9 times out of 10, they haven't. So if they haven't, why would you open the door and let them back in again to do the same very thing that they did before when you have already outgrown? There's no secrets. You know who this person is. You see this moon up here? Nothing can be hidden under the moon or the sun. There's nothing new under the sun or the moon. You can see everything. They both illuminate things and people and situations. And so you are standing under that moon. You have a full knowledge of who this person is and who you are. You know who you are now. Maybe in the past you didn't. Maybe you had a self-esteem issue in the past, but not anymore. You see how this person has their hand on their hip, fully in their essence, in their, energy, and standing in their power. Strength is power, correct? So this is the strength card. You have a power now with the knowledge that you have, that you've gotten from dealing with this type of situation. You learned a lesson here. Strength card is all about having confidence and having self-esteem, and you have built yourself up. You know exactly where you're going and what type of relationship you want. So Spirit is saying the reason you shouldn't return and open the door back is because of how strong you are and how powerful you are now. You're above this shit. You're above anything that's below you energetically. And this person was definitely under you when it comes to spirituality and then when it comes to morals and, being an upright person. This person was beneath you. You didn't realize it then, but you know now. You know now. Okay. Very good. And I'm proud of y'all for that. Okay? Listen, it takes a lot. It really takes a lot, to realize, who you are, what you want. And some people, they don't ever get it. They just keep going from one relationship to the next, never learning any lessons. But has this person changed? Spirit, has this person changed since my collective closed the door and walked away? Has this person changed? Are they coming in changed? 6 of Pentacles. Tell me more, Spirit, about the 6 of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. You know, I would have to say that this person, because we have the Six of Pentacles, which is all about balancing the score. This is about, you see, and I don't know if you can see it, but in one hand, she has a scale. And in the other hand, this person has like coins, and she's giving it to this other person here. I feel that this person still has other people and things that they're giving to, right? And they would be willing to put you in the mix and offer you, make an offer to you, but they still have other people in the equation. You see, there's two characters on the, you know, on the ground here. Look like they're they have their hands out, they're begging for coins, which the coins could represent time or energy or love or anything. And this character is given to one. So it's like, I feel like this person in the past, they had other people or they had other situations that they were giving to. And that was part of the problem. They didn't know how to balance out, you know, who to give energy to. And they didn't know how to say no to other people and really focus on you. Now they're coming in and they still have they could have someone in the background. You see, I feel like that's you. They want to give you these coins. So they're choosing you, but they still have somebody in the back. Who is this? Who is this? Who is this? So they're not coming in completely free, you know, and they're not coming in unattached. They still have somebody attached to them. They want to give to you, but they have somebody else. They either have somebody else or they have something else that takes up their time, you know, because it's like third party type situation. Third party doesn't always have to be another person. It could be that the person is given to a job or given to family or whatever it is. But, you know, I just feel like this person still has somebody in the background. Also, they're coming in too irrational with this Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is like coming in, not even thinking. They're going to come in and approach you in such a way that you're not even going to see it coming. You're not going to be able to predict when this person comes in because they're coming in so reckless. They're still reckless. They was reckless then when you knew them, and they're reckless now. Their energy, they haven't thought about what they're going to say to you. They're just going to come in and freestyle it. You know, they haven't thought of an apology or anything. They're just going to come in and wing it. And also, they don't have a plan. They don't even know what they want. Okay. Knight of Swords is somebody who doesn't know what they want. They just know they want it. So they're coming in quick. They're coming in hot, you know, and they want to talk. That's 100% they want to talk. You see how they have that sword in their hand. They're rushing in to have some type of communication. Yes. And they want to see you. And they're going to hop on a horse. They're going to hop in their car, hop on the train, whatever it takes to get to you fast. However, they don't have a plan. So they have no clear idea on what they want out of this. They're going to come at you because they want you. That's all. They know they want you. They miss you. But they don't have a plan of, okay, do I want a relationship with this person? With you, I'm talking about collective. They don't know if they want a relationship with you. They don't know if they want to just have sex. They don't know if it's going to be a situationship that they want. They don't even have a clue on what they want within themselves, on what they're doing with their own life. This is how reckless this person is. They just get up and wing it every single day. That's what I just heard. So this is who you're dealing with, okay? Now, this is going to be up to you, okay? I'm just here to give you the message. That's it. It's going to be totally up to you. If you decide that you're going to go ahead and you are going to open that door, then you got to know at least your girl came in and told you what to expect, okay? Now, I gave you the 411 on it. Now, it's up to you now. We looked at the cards. We looked at the pendulum. Now we're going to look at the oracle and just get some info on what's going on with you or what's going on with this connection. Whatever comes out, we're going to take a look. But yeah. And to me, that's the issue. Because if you don't know what you want in your life, How you going to try to approach somebody and you don't even know what it is that you want out of that? That's crazy. That's nuts. Okay? That's literally crazy. But let's just pull a few and then we'll end it. We will end it, and then I got to start working. Desire. Now, this person does have desire for you. Self-pleasure, sexual thoughts, intense feelings. So this is, I've just told you, this person wants you. I just said it. Did I not just say that with the tarot? They know that they want you. They desire you. They know that they want to see you. They think about you a lot. Not only that, they self-pleasure themselves. When they're alone, they think of you and they get off. Now, this is somebody that I feel you did have relations with in the past, okay? And they loved it, and they think about that. They look at you as someone who's very sexy. Y'all did get naked together. You see the girl on the card. Y'all got it in. And it was very passionate and lusty, and they think about that. They have these intense feelings of, I just heard they yearn. They yearn for you. They don't just want you, they yearn. Like they need you. This person could be codependent on you, on your energy. Okay? They could be somebody who, they have a tendency to latch on to people, and because they have low self-esteem, they need other people's energy to boost them or to make them feel good and make them feel alive. Their own energy is not enough because it's so low. Their energy is so low vibrational. This person is somebody who's very dark, and so they latch on to other people's energy, and like I said, they suck. They suck and they siphon other people's energy for their own pleasure and for their own, just for their self. And sometimes they take other people's energy and, like I said, give it to others. And that's what they do. They could have a dark attachment on them. They could have like an entity actually on them. A dark entity attached to them, collective. So you got to be very careful. If you wind up deciding to let this person in and having sex with them again, be very, very mindful, because this person could have darkness attached to them. And that darkness, when you have sex, you know what happens. There's a mixing, right, of the energy. So the next thing you know, that energy, that darkness will be on you. And you'll wonder why all of a sudden you feeling depressed, or things ain't going right for you. You ain't getting money and this and that. But this person does want you. I don't know if that's enough, but you should know that they do want you. Tell me more, Spirit. They're hiding their true feelings. They hide. So they have deep emotions. They're secretly in love with you, but they're cold and detached. So this is somebody who, and I feel like that's what they did in the past. They were detached. They were very detached and cold. And they didn't give you that lovey-dovey feeling that you gave them. I feel like with them, you were very open, and you could have wore your heart on your sleeve with this person. And they didn't give you that. They came off very cold to you, and they're still in that energy. They don't want to show their true self. This is somebody who likes to wear a mask. They feel more comfortable hiding who they really are. Okay. The secret is that they're in love with you. This person is in love with you. Will they tell you that? No. No, they won't. They'll keep that to themselves. But you should know deep down, this person, they desire you, and they have, when it comes to you, they're very sensitive. There's a jellyfish on this card, and jellyfish are very sensitive. Their skeleton is on the outside. And all their organs are on the outside. And so any little thing that touches them, they feel it automatically, right? And this is how this person is when it comes to you. When they think of you, they have such deep feelings. And jellyfish, these kind of jellyfish live deep, deep in the depths of the ocean. So this person's feelings run very deep for you. This is not you should know that even though they don't tell you that, they have their emotion for you. You are in their heart, honestly. But they are afraid to show that. Why? Because they don't want to be hurt. And plus, they don't know how you feel. So they will never expose that. Tell me more, Spirit. One more. Spiritual attack. Oh, wow. Look, karma, divine intervention, facing their demons. This person, what did I just say about the demons and the attachment? And spiritually, they are being attacked right now. I felt like they had a dark entity on them. Now, you see how this character is, their whole face is dark with red eyes. Okay? Listen. And they have claws. I don't know if you can see that. There's claws. Although this person has a deep love for you, a deep desire, they're very lustful. And I feel like the entity that is on them, the darkness that's attached to them, the demon that's attached to them is lust. So they lead with lust. And that was part of the problem. That was the main problem in your connection from the beginning. That this person couldn't say no when they were being offered sex from other people. They couldn't say no. They didn't have the willpower. They didn't have the strength. Like you, how strong you are, they didn't have that within themselves. So they just took whatever was thrown at them. And then when you found out about it, what happened is you left. Now they're facing karma for what they did to you because you were somebody who didn't deserve that. You came in correct in the relationship. You respected them in the relationship, and you would never lay down with somebody else or even give somebody else the time of day. But this person did, and they haven't changed either. They're still the same. They're being spiritually attacked right now. So they could be dealing with depression. They could just be in a very dark place. One thing after another happening to them, you know, bad things, negative things in their life. Everywhere they turn, nothing good. Their money's affected. Their family life is affected. Just one thing after another is happening to this person because of how they treated you and how they mishandled you. Now they have to face their self, and it's hard for them to do that. It's very hard for them to see who they are and how they played a part in what's happening to them right now. My. Guys, wow. It's going to be up to you, okay? Whatever resonated, I hope that it did help someone and that it made sense to somebody, because all the messages are not going to be for everyone, but someone out there can relate to it. I'm 1,000% sure, or I wouldn't be getting the messages. I always love to have you guys. Thank you for spending time with me. Don't forget to like on your way out. You can share the video if you would wish. I don't mind that. If you're not subscribed, what the hell are you waiting for? Okay. I will be seeing you guys again soon. I love you. And if you need a personal reading, again, just go to my description box. I'm more than happy to go in depth and give you, you know, your personal situation and lay it out for you, because this is very general. All right. So if you need something way more personal, just hit me up. I'm here. All right. And I'll see you guys soon. All right. Later.